I feel like everybody working together. Whether you like me or not, whether I like you or not, at the end of the day, I gotta love you. And to me, that's another whole thing, because loving you like I love myself, that means whatever I would do for me, I'd have to be willing to do for you. For a lot of people, that's kind of hard, a bitter pill to swallow. But knowing that I would have to do the same thing or want the same thing for you as I would want for myself really does change the game.
Love.
That's what we're getting into today. You know what I'm saying? I know you like that intro. But yeah, love, definitely we're going to get into love. What is love? Who is love? We're going to answer all that on this video. But let's start out with the word itself. And, Google has already pronounced it for you. Easy word to say, Love. I just spelled it for you, love. Some people have it, some people don't. Definitely something that we all need, but I'm getting back to it. Love, as defined by Google, an intense feeling of deep affection. There's a lot of synonyms they have for this word. They have fondness, tenderness, warmth, intimacy, attachment, endearment, devotion, adoration, dating, idolization, worship, passion, adore, desire, lust, yearning, infatuation, adulation, besottenness, compassion, care, caring, regard, solicitude, concern, friendliness, friendship, kindness, charity, goodwill, sympathy, kindliness, altruism, philanthropy, unselfishness, benevolence, brotherliness, sisterliness, fellow feeling, humanity, relationship, love affair, romance. Now, there's a few more that they list, but it's starting to sound like something else for real, because there's a lot of similar words in there that I kind of have heard over the years and kind of can agree with, but some of those I think they just threw in there. And it's just something that I want to talk about because, a lot of people, like I said in the beginning, they have it. Some people don't. We've heard from Google. Now looking towards the definition in the Bible, it says love. The biblical definition of love is sacrificial, a love that gives first and expects nothing in return. Biblical love grants believers a peace that surpasses all understanding, which comes only from Christ. How can we choose to love when we don't feel like it? Greater love has no one than this, that someone lays down his life for his friends. And, you know a lot of people, I know a lot of people. Name one of those people that will lay down his life for his friends. A lot of people definitely gonna say it. You hear it sometimes in rap music, but when it comes down to it, who's gonna do it? Let me know in the comments. Again, getting back to it, few examples. God is love and has demonstrated that love in everything that he does. Paul compares faith, hope, and love and concludes that the greatest of these is love. God is love, agape, the love theme of the Bible. It can only be defined by the nature of God. John affirms that God is love. God does not merely love, he is love. Everything that God does flows from his love. John emphasizes repeatedly that God the Father loves the Son, and that the Son loves the Father. Because the Father loves the Son, he made his will known to him. Jesus in turn demonstrated his love to the Father through his submission and obedience. Love the Lord your God with all your heart. Love of God is a response of the whole of the believer heart, soul, and mind, and strength. To the whole of God, Jesus serves as the believer's model. Our love, however, is easily misdirected. Its object tends to become the creation rather than the creator. It loses sight of the eternal for the temporal. It focuses on the self, often to the exclusion of God and others. We become idolaters, focusing a part or all of our love elsewhere. We are love breakers more than lawbreakers. Love your neighbor as well. Love your neighbor is a decision that we make to treat others with respect and concern, to put the interest and safety of our neighbors on a level with our own. It demands a practical outworking in everyday life, placing a retaining wall around the roof to keep people from falling. Not taking milestones in pledge, thus denying someone the ability to grind grain into flour. Allowing the poor to glean leftovers from the orchards and fields. Our actions illustrate our love. Love for neighbor is love in action. doing something specific and tangible for others. And I mean, it's self-explanatory because some of these things you're only going to do if you love that person, especially not to get paid for it. You know, a lot of times, somebody asks you to do something, you'll do it. A lot of times, if you get something out of it, but sometimes it takes real love, per se, to do it without expecting anything in return. And, that's what we're talking about right now. It's love. Now, many people in Jesus' day believed that a neighbor was a fellow Israelite. When asked to define neighbor, however, Jesus cited the parable of the Good Samaritan, a person who knowingly crossed tradition boundaries to help a wounded Jew. A neighbor is anyone who is in need. Jesus also told his disciples that a neighbor might even be someone who hates them, curses them, or mistreats them. Yet they must love even enemies as a witness and a testimony. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. A lot of people use the word and they love to a certain degree. If you do something really major to them, it's a way to get cut off. I heard that term a lot, you're getting cut off. And does that really mean that you love that person? Because real love, it seemed like, based on a lot of examples I've just went over, if you believe in this as I do, you see that there's more to it than that. It says love your enemies. Love your neighbor as yourself. Your enemy could be your neighbor. You gotta love your enemy as you love yourself. Are you ready for that? That's what this video is about. Nobody's perfect. Definitely not a video about perfection. Because, in order to attain that, that's something that you have to receive, as far as I'm aware of, because I don't know anybody that has it. Chime in the comments if you do. But you don't. So it's just one of them things that, like we've cited here, some of these examples, they give the scriptures as well. I may list them in the comment section. This is a huge article here, but the overall message again is love. God is love. I'm sure you've heard that before, and you didn't. You heard it during this video. And something else. If God say the same, then you'll see me in another video. At the end of the day,